Good morning, Metasites. Welcome back to the channel. I sincerely hope that everybody out there who's listening is doing better than me. And I mean that I've just been going through a battle like you would not believe. Battling demons, depression, you name it, hunger, extreme hunger. And in my last video, I basically said how difficult it is to stay afloat. You cannot budget on a small budget when you're in a ditch. But there is one thing you can do, and this is just my advice. You could take it or leave it. Up to you. But I think it's very important that people, they got to really figure out their hidden talents, their ultima, their arcana, the stuff that is going to help save you when this economy comes crashing down. It's like the system, it doesn't work anymore for the common man. Imagine that you're on a plane, you're flying to a destination. You think, okay, yeah, you study, you work hard, you pass, you get good grades, you get your degree, you get promised $50K a year or something. I never seen $50K, but anyway, my point is that when you're trusting in the system and it lets you down, you need to have a life jacket. Like if the ship is going down, you have to learn how to start swimming on your own, okay? Nobody planned for the Titanic to sink, but it did anyways, and it was the responsibility for people to get their life jackets, get on the boats while they could, because there's just not enough boats to go around. So, yeah, in reality, I know I sound a little crazy, but I am well aware of this economy is just not working anymore. My life is not really working for me, but that's besides the point. The point is that AI is taking over, and the job market, it is cooked, like flame broiled, cooked. 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 20-year-olds, they're competing for the same jobs. Not everybody can get a job working at Mickey D's. I get it, but they keep hiring people from the East. There's a major influx of people coming in. They're taking over the jobs. Meanwhile, boomers, they're just crazy. They say, oh, millennials and Gen Z, nobody wants to work anymore. Bullshit. I'm sorry to use that word, but yeah, I get angry when I hear that. Nobody wants to work anymore? That's bullshit. No, people are trying to live. We're trying to find the jobs so that we can pay our bills and get something to eat. What are these people talking about? Nobody wants to work. There's not enough jobs to go around. There's more people looking for work than there are actual jobs. And when it gets to that, like some people, they have to go back and live with their parents. And that's not an option for me. I think my parents are dying from the COVID shots. I can't even say the V word, and I don't want to talk about that anymore. I think I've been over this before, and I'm just disappointed. The Christian community didn't care. They didn't want to help me end the story. So, basically, myself and a million other good guys out there, they're struggling. Not only that they can't find work, but they can't find good women. It's like feminism ruined Western women, and greedy corporations, they've outsourced many jobs to immigrants and finally AI. And who would have thought that? I sure didn't. Growing up in the 90s, I had a lot of hope for the future. I thought the future was going to be great. I had no idea that social media would explode, and then my amazing skills would not be required, I guess, because suddenly everybody's got cameras on their phones, which is why you should have no excuse building something anymore. I'm giving you guys the cheat codes, okay? This is the secret. You imagine something, and then it becomes real. If you wish for something, you'll get it. I know I probably shouldn't be saying anything about manifestation or the secret, but there is some kind of logic to it. If you plan for a business, for example, like a dream that you've had, if you map it out carefully, if you track your progress, that could work. If that's actually what you want to do, if you know that it's going to yield a gain, some kind of return investment, which for many YouTubers, I think is just a hobby that they're just doing just to vent, to try to get attention and maybe occasionally YouTube revenue. I've never seen a dime. I was never monetized. But that's not why I did it in the beginning. You know, I wanted to try to help people. But when the censorship happened, I couldn't even do that. I couldn't reach people. And it's sad because our government, our corrupt liberal government, have decided to censor many YouTubers like myself and many other people who I'm no longer in contact with because of how the rules have changed, the terms and conditions, and people, they just have to find another place to go if they want to vent, if they want to share certain stories. They can't talk about that on YouTube, so I feel like I'm just, spinning my wheels here. But I know what is going on. This economy is bad. The rent everywhere is going up, especially mine. So, yeah, I'm very concerned. And when I say to people, when I go out to places like that soup kitchen where people are doing drugs, they're doing dope, drinking, who has money for drinking money? Obviously, the homeless, they don't care. They don't give a shit. And it's sad because I try to help out some of these people. I tried reaching out and talking to them. I say, hey, it's not the end of the world. There's changes happening. Maybe if you get on board on this, maybe I'll take you in as my apprentice. And people are not going to be down with that. They are too accustomed to the hedonistic ways. This city has really ruined a lot of people's brains. It just doesn't work. Again, that reference of Waterworld, there was that guy, Kevin Costner, the man who was a protagonist, the hero of the movie, and then you got the smokers, the gang that is the groups of people that are basically making life hell for everyone else. So I have a feeling like when the grid goes down or something, these same people are probably going to start stealing. I can't trust anyone down there because they can't be reasoned with. There's people that have already given up hope years ago. Their minds are too far gone, I think, to be saved. I think they've made their choice in life. But a lot of people, there's hope for certain individuals who want to change, who want to do better. I would just say, if you can't find a good church, for many of us, that's the case. If you can't find good people, you just have to be good people. If that makes any sense. You have to be like the hero of your own story and, try and do what you can to save other people. Because I think it's going to come to that. We're going to need to have strong men, stronger masculine men who are smart, compassionate, strong, and just overall good leaders, because our churches are not getting it. They're nowhere near getting it, man. They don't acknowledge the situation that we're in right now. I think that for many people, maybe they kind of get it, but I think it's just like they're a happy song and dance. It's not going to shake them out of apathy, and no one really does any critical thinking these days. They just, if they do, they go right back to sleep thinking, oh yeah, it'll be okay, we'll trust in the system. One of these days they're gonna come to you with a solution. If there's gonna be another pandemic, God help us all, they're gonna probably push something worse than the mRNA shots. They might have something that's gonna want to track you. They're already doing it. They're doing it now. They're pushing the digital ID so that, I guess, by the time universal basic income comes around, oh yeah, sure, we might get money finally, but it's gonna come with a price. Our freedoms, we won't be able to spend it or save it unless they tell us where and how. And that's like, the same as being in a prison. Yeah, okay. So you got UBI in your pocket or in your phone, wherever, but you can't spend it anywhere or however you want. You can't save it. You only get a finite amount of credits and a finite amount of time to use it. That's not freedom. That's called being in a prison. So yeah, like one guy said, if it's a prison, it's a prison. And this broken economy that we're in right now, I just told people, if you have any amount of money left and any shred of survival instincts, your best bet is to buy things that are going to go up in value that you're going to use for long term, okay? The days of going out and drinking, partying on weekends, those days are done. Okay, if you want to go out to Valentine's Day parties, well, okay, but just you better know what it is that you're gonna do when you get there, because everything costs money. Don't forget the food, the rent, and everything else. You need to survive. You need money for down the line time. You need to have a plan. And yeah, people who drink and do dope and whatever else, drugs, I don't know, whatever their vices are, they need to quit. They should quit now. I'm being dead serious. They're not going to listen to me. Why do I go to the soup kitchen? So I could try and save some money here and there. Like, I know I'm unemployed, but I still had some money left over for groceries. And the reason why I've been more or less starving myself, like on noodles, is because trying to budget max as best as I could to get some tools and things, it's probably not going to be enough. And I need to add something very crystal clear on record. I did not receive any donations, which is sad. If I had, I probably would have been in position now to help maybe thousands of people. And instead, I have to deal with a lot of idiots who don't know what it is they're doing half the time. I volunteered to pick up needles. And this whole time, that was a shame because I could have done so much more to help myself and people in the YouTube community. And yeah, it's just sad how things turned out. I couldn't get the help I needed. And that's why a lot of people are probably going to be suffering, I think, in the days to come. That's what I had on my mind right now. Yep. I was living on basic foods for years. So I didn't have the budget that other people take for granted now, thinking that $200 is not enough to get groceries. I said it before and I'll say it again. I've been fasting for days at a time so I can just afford to get some stuff. I may have to return some of these food items back to Wealthmart so that I can get my refund and then get more stuff. I gotta do what I must. This is survival in 2026. People, they really gotta start buckling down and keep your heads on the swivel, because I don't give a crap about Valentine's Day. The women are ruined. Western society is ruined. This economy is, well, it's killing some people. Now, I'm still alive, but a lot of people right now, they just can't hack it. So I try to warn people in advance. I just couldn't get out to reach a lot of people. YouTube would keep on taking my channels down. They keep on censoring the crap out of me, and I'm fed up with it. It's just put me into a bad state. Honest to God, people, they gotta get smart. They gotta get crafty so that they can figure out how to navigate through the chaos that's coming. It's gonna be bad. I know it. Yeah. And like I said, if I can't even budget my way out of this, you guys got to figure this out on your own. Like, if you have some kind of fail-safe business idea that's gonna like blow up, like make a lot of money, and I think you should do it. Like, if it's gonna be profitable, yeah, I mean, you should probably get on that, because if this economy is going to take a turn for the worse, I fear that whatever dreams you may have had, that special business idea that could help you and maybe other people, like, there's only going to be so much time to do that, because the clock is ticking. And I just got a feeling like something crazy is going to happen this year. Maybe silver might reach the $1,000 level. I don't know. Like, the value of the dollar is going to be, well, I'm not an economist right now. Yeah, just find your group of people. Get a group of people together. Talk it amongst yourselves and figure it out. What's the best solution? Because we have to think about a very pragmatic approach to, like, getting ahead. I don't know what's going to happen. As I said, I am not a prophet. But after seeing all these videos, like, I see patterns, okay? I'm sensing patterns in how people react. They're going to panic as soon as something like doesn't go according to plan. Like if silver drops, or I don't know, if food prices reach even higher prices than before. I know about shrinkflation. I bought a block of cheese. It was Gouda. It tasted really good, but it seemed more small than the last time I bought a brick of cheese. Many years a night I dreamed of cheese. Toasted, mostly. Treasure Island. Gotta start reading more.
Job searching in 2026 has effectively become a humiliation ritual. Did you know that the average person nowadays has to send 1,200 job applications before they land a job? The average 40 years ago was 3.
Stay crafty.